Let's pull up Sun Pharma because that's in focus after it's reported a mixed set of numbers. Revenue saw a growth of 6%. We're seeing domestic business which grew 16.4%, while overall the US formulation business was down by almost 1% on a year-on-year basis. Now, what more are we watching out for from Sun Pharma going forward? What is the outlook of the company? Let's bring on board CS Muralidharan, CFO at Sun Pharma, joining in with us right now. Thank you so much, Mr. Muralidharan, for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now. I want to start by talking about your US sales. They have declined on a quarter-on-quarter basis. What has led to that, and what are the growth triggers going forward? If you could share some bit of an outlook also coming in on the specialty sales front, how is that also working out?
First, on the sequential decline, the two factors. One, there's some element of seasonality in one of our specialty product, Devlon. However, our outlook on specialty products remains very positive, and I expect our existing products will continue to grow. Even in the current quarter, we saw good growth in Ilumya, Cequa, Winlevi, Odomzo, and as such, we don't see any concern for growth trend. The second factor for the sequential decline partly was also the sales of lenalidomide in the US for Q1 was not large, somewhat broadly in line with Q4 FY24. And as we said that the sales of generic lenalidomide tends to be episodic and fluctuates between quarters.
Because we understand it's contingent on a favorable judgment of a settlement fee as well. Any launch timeline of that, and how's the litigation progressing?
So we have stated earlier yesterday that we do not wish to speculate on the outcome of the litigation. We intend to rigorously oppose the motion, and we stand committed to the launch. Since the matter is in discussion in the courts, we will not like to comment on specific timelines for launch.
I just wanted to move on and talk about the clinical trials as well. How do you see your R&D spend going forward, at least for the rest of the year? Should we expect that they're going to be elevated this year?
So the current quarter R&D spend was 6.3% to the global consolidated revenues. We are committed to invest in R&D towards building a strong product portfolio, both in specialty and generics, and R&D spend will increase. And at this point of time, we maintain our guidance of 8 to 10% of sales for the full year in respect of R&D spend.
But when can we expect a remediation at the Halol site by the US FDA? What is the word on that front?
So we have taken the FDA feedback very constructively and made commitments to address the concern at the site. We are working on the remediation, and as soon as the remediation is completed, the facility will be presented to the FDA for re-inspection.
And how is Sun Pharma's evaluation GLP-1 product opportunity also shaping up?
So as far as the GLP-1 product opportunity is concerned, the product is currently with the clinical trials. It's too early to comment on the opportunity. However, we have mentioned that our strategy will be market specific. In some other markets, we may go for partnership model, whereas in some of the key markets where we operate, we could launch ourselves.
Okay, so you're looking at the partnership model as well, because a lot of your peers have been talking about big potential of GLP-1. But just before I wrap up the conversation, a quick word on what within, let's say, India versus US you think will outperform going forward?
As I mentioned that our key business segments, global specialty, India and emerging markets and other businesses are well positioned for growth. We are focusing on all these key markets and expect our markets to grow.
Okay, Mr. Muralidharan, thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now, talking to us about the outlook of the company going forward.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.